Leave your comments on the Ask Reddit sub, and I'll read your answers on the next episode of LWIAR. What is your favorite quote from a fictional character? Removed. I always liked this one from Pooh. People say nothing is impossible, but I do nothing every day. IDKY, but this makes me really sad, MB, making me think about all the things I've said goodbye to. Winnie the Pooh quotes always make me sad, even the happy ones. Sadder when you realize there are some things that you didn't get to say goodbye to at all. My childhood dog died the week before I graduated college, and I didn't get a chance to go home and see him. And now I'm on the verge of tears at work thinking about it. It's possible to commit no mistakes and still lose. That is not weakness. That is life. Captain Jean-Luc Picard. Villains that twirl their moustaches are easy to spot. Those that cloak themselves in good deeds are well camouflaged. Captain Picard also. Thanks, I needed this for a game. The game's Fall Guys, isn't it? Damn X Scramble. Many that live deserve death, and some that die deserve life. Can you give it to them? Then do not be so quick to deal out death in judgment. Gandalf edit. Many have pointed out the missing ending, for even the very wise cannot see all ends. I never realized that that was also a part of the quote. So thank you all, especially for making clear its significance to the meaning. Or the other favorite. So do all who live to see such times. But that is not for them to decide. All we have to decide is what to do with the time that is given to us. I will not say, do not weep, for not all tears are an evil. Gandalf. I do not love the bright sword for its sharpness, nor the arrow for its swiftness, nor the warrior for his glory. I love only that which they protect. Faramir. I wish it need not have happened in my time, said Frodo. So do I, said Gandalf. And so do all who live to see such times. But that is not for them to decide. All we have to decide is what to do with the time that is given us. To get back my youth, I would do anything in the world, except take exercise, get up early, or be respectable. Lord Henry in The Picture of Dorian Gray. A novel that is basically what Oscar Wilde would have tweeted if it had been an option. With a lot of gay filler. I like it a lot, but the anti-Semitism has really not aged well. You could fill this whole thread with Lord Henry. A cigarette is the perfect type of a perfect pleasure. It is exquisite, and it leaves one unsatisfied. What more can one want? The moment one sits down to think, one becomes all nose, or all forehead, or something horrid. Look at the successful men in any of the learned professions. How perfectly hideous they are. Except, of course, in the church. But then in the church they don't think. It is only the sacred things that are worth touching. Dorian. Lord Henry was the best thing about that book. The problem is not the problem. The problem is your attitude about the problem. Captain Jack Sparrow edit. Thanks for the awards. Also, as it turns out, it may not have been Captain Jack who said this, but it was still a fictional character. Honestly, it's the honest ones you need to look out for. You can always count dishonest people to be dishonest. Why is the rum gone? What doesn't kill you usually succeeds in a second attempt. Mr. Krabs. Lee Patrick Star. Never half but two things. Whole but one thing. Ron Swanson, Parks and Recreation. This is the one I was looking for. Also really like there are two things I can't stand. Lying and skim milk. Which is water that's lying about being milk. Honestly, every dialogue out of Ron's mouth is gold. Especially, fish meat is practically a vegetable, haha. Give a man a fish and feed him for a day. Don't teach a man to fish. And feed yourself. He's a grown man. Fishing's not that hard. Any dog that weighs less than 50 pounds is essentially a cat, and cats are pointless. I disagree that cats are pointless, but always makes me laugh, lol. Frozen yogurt, be ice cream, or be nothing. 0 stars. Ha ha ha, I forgot about that episode, where he went around leaving printed reviews for things. Yes, another one of my favorites is, veganism is the sad result of a morally corrupt mind. Reconsider your life. A related Ron Swanson quote that makes me laugh every time. What's gonna happen? A vegan is going to physically attack me. They're basically made of glass. It is important to draw wisdom from many different places. If you only draw wisdom from one place, it becomes rigid and stale. Understanding others, the other elements and the other nations, will help you become whole. Uncle Iroh. Mine is always, if you look for the light you can often find it. But if you look for the dark it is all you'll ever see. One of my favorites is when he tells Zuko, "It is time for you to look inward, and start asking yourself the big questions. Who are you, and what do you want?" I have never wanted more to be adopted by a fictional character than I do when Uncle Iroh dishes out some truths and tea. Pride is not the opposite of shame, but its source. True humility is the only antidote to shame. My personal favorite from Iroh: "You must never give in to despair. Allow yourself to slip down that road, and you surrender to your lowest instincts. In the darkest times, hope is something you give yourself. That is the meaning of inner strength." Sometimes life is like this dark tunnel. You can't always see the light at the end of the tunnel. But if you just keep moving, you will come to a better place. God freaking damn it, Last Airbender is a masterpiece. My favorite Iroh quote is, "You're looking at the rare white dragon bush. Its leaves make a tea so delicious. It's heartbreaking, that, or it's a white jay bush, which is poisonous." NGL Iroh is the best character in Avatar. He has lots of good quotes. That one is one of my favorites. He does, but it's important to draw quotes from many different places. If you only draw quotes from one place, they become reposts and stale. Hawkeye: "War isn't hell, war is war, and hell is hell, and of the two, war is a lot worse." Father Mulcahy: "How do you figure that, Hawkeye?" Hawkeye: "Easy. Father, tell me, who goes to hell?" Father Mulcahy: "Sinners, I believe." Hawkeye: "Exactly. There are no innocent bystanders in hell. War is chock full of them. Little kids, cripples, old ladies, in fact, except for some of the brass. Almost everybody involved is an innocent bystander." MASH is so great. Makes you laugh for the entire episode, then hits you with a perfectly crafted social commentary that gets you emotional as hell. When you do things right, people won't be sure you've done anything at all. God, Futurama. Bender: "I was God once. God, I saw you were doing very well, until everyone died. I like to think I do the housework right. My girlfriend doesn't think I've done anything at all. You know, Hobbs, some days even my lucky rocket ship underpants don't help." Calvin: "The surest sign that intelligent life exists elsewhere in the universe is that it has never tried to contact us." Calvin: "I'm not dumb. I just have a command of thoroughly useless information." Calvin: "I have plenty of common sense. I just choose to ignore it." Also Calvin: "Getting an inch of snow is like winning 10 cents in the lottery. Given the pace of technology, I propose we leave the math to the machines and go play outside." Again, Calvin: "Careful, we don't want to learn anything from this." Also, Calvin: "If she were a spice she'd be flour." Louise Belcher: "If she were a book she'd be 2 books." People: "What a bunch of bastards." Roy from the IT crowd: "Fire at Sea Parks." Quote: "I'm disabled, Roy. I actually have a disability. Not leg disabled, as he'd put it, but one that's put me in the hospital several times. And when certain people come to the hospital to see how I'm doing, I'll say, in the best voice that I can, I'm disabled. Might as well have a laugh about it. Edit. Thanks for the gold. Never thought it would be this of all comments that I'd get it for. But thanks. Edit. Joke's on me. I sprained my ankle and now I'm on crutches." Death smiles at us all. All a man can do is smile back. Maximus Decimus Meridius, Gladiator: "Smile for me now, brother. Strap on his armor, conceal the wound." And still whipped Commodus's B-word! Exclamation mark, exclamation mark. Suck a fat one, you phony emperor! Exclamation mark, exclamation mark. Some motherfrickers are always trying to ice skate uphill, Blade. If you've got time to fantasize about a beautiful death, why not live beautifully until the end? A guy that likes strawberry milk. Wasn't expecting a Gintama quote, but thrilled nonetheless. something Vimes had learned as a young guard drifted up from memory. If you have to look along the shaft of an arrow from the wrong end, if a man has you entirely at his mercy, then hope like hell that man is an evil man, because the evil like power over people, and they want to see you in fear. They want you to know you're going to die. So they'll talk, they'll gloat, they'll watch you squirm, they'll put off the moment of murder like another man will put off a good cigar. So hope like hell your captor is an evil man. A good man will kill you with hardly a word. Terry Pratchett, Men-at-Arms. The trouble with having an open mind, of course, is that people will insist on coming along and trying to put things in it. Digger's all of his books were gold mines of wisdom and humor. Rest in peace, man. New Terry Pratchett. I believe you find life such a problem because you think there are good people and bad people. You're wrong. Of course, there are, always and only, the bad people, but some of them are on opposite sides. Terry Pratchett. Guards. Terry Pratchett has written a lot of good quotes. It is said that your life flashes before your eyes just before you die. That is true. It's called life. So many. Give a man a fire and he will have warmth for a few hours. But set the man on fire and he will be warm for the rest of his life. The entire universe has been neatly divided into things to A. Mate with, B. Eat, C. Run away from, and D. Rocks. In ancient times cats were worshipped as gods. They have not forgotten this. There are times in life when people must know when not to let go. Balloons are designed to teach small children this, that, and the Sam Vimes theory of economics *, chef's kiss *. Take Boots, for example. He earned $38 a month plus allowances. A really good pair of leather boots cost $50. But an affordable pair of boots, which was sort of okay for a season or two and then leaked like hell when the cardboard gave out, cost about $10. Those were the kind of boots Vimes always bought and wore until the soles were so thin that he could tell where he was in Ankh-Morpork on a foggy night by the feel of the cobbles. But the thing was that good boots lasted for years and years. A man who could afford $50 had a pair of boots that'd still be keeping his feet dry in 10 years' time, while the poor man who could only afford cheap boots would have spent $100 on boots in the same time and would still have wet feet. This was the Captain Samuel Vimes Boots theory of socio-economic unfairness. I will not say, do not weep, for not all tears are evil. Gandalf, at the final parting, in the Grey Havens. One of Gandalf's I always uses. Often the burnt hand teaches best after that. All advice about fire goes straight to the heart, said after Pippin uses the Palantir. Life is pain, Highness. Anyone who says difference is selling something. Let me explain. No, there's not enough time. Let me sum up. He's only mostly dead. Mostly dead means slightly alive. It's just they're terribly comfortable. I think everyone will be wearing them in the future. Dread Pirate Roberts. On masks. You seem a good man. I hate to kill you. You seem a good man. I hate to die. Sleep well, and dream of large women. In this world, there are two kinds of people. Those with loaded guns and those who dig. You dig. Blondie. The good, the bad, and the ugly. That entire movie is just one giant quote. I prefer, after shooting a man dead who is monologuing. If you're going to shoot, shoot. Don't talk. Tuco. I don't see what's so terrific about creating people as people and then getting upset cause they act like people. Anyway, if you stop telling people it's all sorted out after they're dead, they might try sorting it all out while they're alive. Adam Young, Good Omens, and many more from Sir Terry. Although I do like gaming as well. I have never tried that before, so I think I should definitely be able to do that. Pippi Longstocking. Villager. Thanks for watching LWIAR. The best of recent r/AskReddit submissions and comments. If you like this video, check out LWIAR too. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye.